to my channel. Wanted to get on here today and do a skincare video, a 2-year update on my tretinoin. August 15th was 2 years, but I also want to include products that I find indispensable, the things that I would not give up because I started all this stuff at one time. Well, I want to do kind of a 2-year skin update with an emphasis on a 2-year tretinoin update. These are the things, these were my trouble spots. I was getting deeper lines in my forehead. I wanted blepharoplasty. I was not happy with my eyelids. They weren't crepey, but they just felt like not lifted. Under here, I was just looking more tired, where you kind of go, something's changed. I just look tired. Puffy, a little bit of lines, not too bad, but mostly just puff. And some mild laxity down here. I was starting to go, I don't really like that area that much. I'm Botox free and I'm filler free, so this is my natural face now, and I'm just going to jump right into this. Tretinoin. Got on this in August of 2016, hard. I got on a 0.05 for 1 month, and then I went back to my doctor and said, can you bump it up? And he said, all right. So I bumped this up to a 0.01 and got on Obagi. I was doing this all at once. Y'all, I peeled and flaked for an entire year, but I love it. I love active. I'm kind of upset right now that I'm not peeling and flaking anymore. And so I sometimes will add acids and try to get myself back in a good peel. I use this probably a little bigger than a pea size. I put it to here. Sometimes I put it just here to my bone, my upper cheekbone. And sometimes I bring it up a little further onto where bags are when I'm tired. Okay, I'll tell you what I think I've seen with this. My eyelids, they're just a little more lifted. My texture is better on my skin. I don't look tired under my eyes anymore. This is doing a lot. Now, I will tell y'all, I have started doing what Mary Ellen does, and several other people on here, and I give myself breaks. I try. It's really hard. I do this 2 to 3 nights on, and then I take a break. And on the break nights, I use a Peter Thomas Roth Potent C Obagi 1%, the retinol, and I will let y'all be the judge of my eyelids and my puffiness and tiredness. I'm going to post some family photos up here, and y'all can see, you can see for yourself. I don't know that you should go as hard as I did. You don't have to. I probably should have gone slower, but I got great results doing this. I've always gotten mine from the dermatologist. When I went to Mexico a year ago, I was so obsessed with this. I bought out just about every pharmacy I went into in the airport. So I've got a lot of Mexican Retin-A that I'm using. And after that, I'll probably order from the pharmacy in India where Elle is for living, orders hers. You don't have to pay a lot for that. I'll tell you, even with a prescription, it's a nightmare getting it. I have a prescription and they still give me a hard time about it and charge me up towards $120, depending. It varies. Okay, next, acids. I've used an acid every morning for 2 years. It just keeps me active. When I'm using my tretinoin at night and an acid in the morning, it just keeps my skin active all the time. My go-to has been the Exfoderm Forte. I think you can do just as good for less expensive. I just haven't, because this is what I started with. My skin never acclimates to this. I think this is a mixture of several kinds of acid, but mainly glycolic. I put this on and my skin gets red. And I love that. So very active. They also have Exfoderm. That is a little mild for me. But if you like a milder acid, it's a 5%, and it's also lovely. Also, a couple of times a week, I use a lactic, and I love the Good Genes. This is so strong. I don't know what the percentage is, but when I first started using this, it set me off in a peel. It is strong. It also smells very strongly of lemongrass, which I love, but some people don't. So you might get a sample of this. It's pricey, but y'all, this is my only bottle I've ever bought of it. This has lasted me over a year, because I use it twice a week. I also have been using the ordinary lactic acid. This is a 10% lactic, and I love this. I used it today. So really, there is no need to splurge on the Good Genes unless you just like to splurge. And I love the smell of this. And this helps this last longer, so I kind of get the best of both worlds, but you don't have to. The Ordinary is a very good acid, but so is the Good Genes. At the same time I got on all this other stuff, I also got on Timeless Vitamin C. I love the smell of it. I love the way it makes my skin feel. It clarifies, it brightens, it helps lighten spots. It's just a good boost. It's an antioxidant. This is just good. I'm so glad to have this in my arsenal. Then about 6 months ago, I started doing heavier acids, like a 25% AHA. I have one that I've talked about before and one that's brand new. I have the ordinary AHA 30%, BHA 2%. I use this once or twice a week all over my face. Sometimes I really feel a sting with it and sometimes not so much, but the next morning I wake up and I'm nice and pink. Another one I just picked up because a subscriber said you need to try the Drunk Elephant, and I've always just been curious. Again, this is kind of just an option. If you just like trying stuff and you like Drunk Elephant, which I do, I picked up the TLC Sakari Baby Facial. This has tartaric, lactic, citric, and salicylic. So this has some different kinds of acids in it, so I'm using them both. I use this and I love it. I use this and I love it. Coming up on Christmas, and I will get one of these in my stocking. I love both of those. My last skincare product is more recent. The change has been so fast. I consider this one of my biggest difference makers. I would not want to go without it, and that is the Argireline or Argireline. I love the one by The Ordinary because it has nothing else in it. I can't use hyaluronic acid. The one from Skin Deva is lovely. It feels great going on. It dries me out because I can't do hyaluronic acid. If you can do hyaluronic acid, it's lovely. That one feels more emollient to me. This one is a drier formulation. They call it Botox in a bottle. It softens lines. It does not freeze them and totally get rid of them like Botox. It does soften them noticeably. I put this anywhere I would get a brow lift. I put it right here, in here, real good. And then this muscle right here pulls down. I rub it in real good on this little knobby muscle right here. Then up here, real good, and I rub it in. I mean, I sit there and rub it in. I put it here. That gives that a little bump up, and I put it down here. This is a $6 risk for you. Some people love it. Some people really don't notice that much with it. It's cumulative, so keep using it for a little bit to see if you are going to like it. And then 2, 3, 4 nights a week, I use a 0.25 derma roller. All up here, anywhere I'm going to put my Argireline, I use my derma roller. And that makes it go in deeper. I only use this 3 or 4 nights a week because of tretinoin. This makes products go in deeper, and I don't always want my tretinoin to go in deeper. And then the last thing I want to include is a laser treatment. I've been getting Sciton Skin Tight. I'm going to link my videos down below on that. I think that made a really nice difference. Now, I did not have my forehead done. When I had my Skin Tight, it was not approved for eyelids or forehead. So it was just down here, and I did before and afters. I wasn't really sure it worked until it wore off. It did work, and I really liked it. Like all lasers, it's kind of pricey, but it did make a difference. So I'm sure prices vary from city to city, and the price depends on what areas you want done. They do it by zones, like they do up here. Now they do the forehead. They do, this is an area, this is an area, the neck is an area, the eyes are an area. It can get pricey, or you can just do, you know, your trouble areas. My trouble area was right here. I want them to keep that hiked up. I had that done a year ago. A couple of months ago, I started noticing this area down here, and I was like, okay, I think it did work because now it's gone. So I've gone back and I'm having maintenance, and I'm putting a video on that very shortly. And now they can also do the forehead and the eyebrows. I love the Sciton Skin Tight. It's time consuming and the changes are slow, but I did find it pretty effective, and I'll keep y'all posted on the maintenance. I'm doing videos on that. So anyway, that is all I have for you. If you have questions, put those down below. Tell me the skincare that you feel like are big game changers for you down below. Share those with us. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave comments and questions down below, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all have a good day. Bye.